in between. He was at Arizona. And this is one of the most experienced teams in the U.S., the Longhorns. Out of their top 8, only their big man in the middle, the 7-footer Matas Fakataitis, he is the only one that is not as far along as the junior class. He's a sophomore. So Vokatitis, a sophomore, everybody else junior, senior, or grad transfer in that top 8 for the Longhorns. Time to meet the starting lineups for Kentucky and Texas. To set the starters, we turn it over to the voice of Rupp Arena. That is Patrick Whitmer.
And your University of Kentucky Wildcats. At forward, a 6'8" junior from Columbus, Ohio, number 3, Dalen Swain. At guard, a 6'7" junior, a 6'4" junior from Plainfield, New Jersey, number 7, Simeon Wilcher. At center, a 7-foot sophomore from Marijampolė, Lithuania, number 8, Matas Vokatitis. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Oakley, California, number 0, Jordan Pope. And at guard, a 6'5" grad student from Dickinson, Texas, number 12, Tramon Mark. And the head coach of the Longhorns, Sean Miller.
And now, Rupp Arena goes dark. And of the video for the Kentucky introduction of the starters. And as we told you minutes ago, you'll hear the introduction for Michael Moreno, as he has told folks in the UK. That's how everyone pronounces his name moving forward. Michael, or Malachi Moreno. And when he makes a shot like he did at LSU, you get to make that call. Down the left and block UK logo on the bottom of the trunks on the right side. For the Longhorns, it is that burnt orange with white numerals and letters. Doug Schau's heading up the officiating crew tonight. He's working along with KB Burnett and Tony Chiasa. Kentucky will go right to left from where our vantage point is, opposite the benches at Rupp Arena. And it's a Texas team that makes fewer than 8 threes a game. That's not a huge part of their offense, Goose, but they're very good in the paint.
Yeah, and that's what they like to do, man. And usually when you think about being good in the paint, you think about their bigs, and certainly their bigs are, you know, when you look at Swain and you look at Titus, I mean, they are good, those bigs, but their guards get there a lot as well, so Kentucky's going to have to deal with that.
It'll be interesting to see how Kentucky defends Titus. He's got 5 assists and 35 turnovers this season, so you would think you could bother him a little bit with some maybe traps.
And we'll see if Kentucky comes with the double team on him. I think they will. Sometimes they'll come early as soon as he catches it to force him to pass it out. And other times they'll wait until he dribbles. So they'll mix it up to try to confuse him a little bit.
3 consecutive games in which the Wildcats have trailed at some point by at least 12 and have come back to win them all. That hadn't happened since the end of the 2017 regular season. And all of these folks in here and all of you out there listening are hoping for a better start for the Wildcats tonight. Waiting for the go sign from the officials. Mark Pope standing up just away, a few steps away from the Kentucky bench, saying something to Denzel Aberdeen. They're both smiling. Easy to smile about the way Denzel's played lately.
Oh, man. You just hope he just continues to lead the team from that point guard spot.
Taps in the air. Controlled by Texas. And it goes to Jordan Pope, who came to Texas before last season from Oregon State. Gives it to Mark on the left side. Here's Swain dribbling over to the right. Bounce feed into the post. Titus backs down, puts it up, missed it, taps it in though with the left hand. He leaned right into, I think it was Jelavic.
Yes. Interestingly enough, they threw it to him right in the middle, so it was hard to get a double team there.
Aberdeen on the point, guarded by Wilcher. Left side, Oweh. Open briefly for a 3, but didn't want it. Comes to the left elbow, moves inside the lane, then backs out, throws it over on the right side to Jelavic. Jelavic gives it to Williams, 10 to shoot. Williams has picked up his dribble out front. He needs help. Moreno comes to get it straight away. Left side to Moreno, 5 to shoot to Oweh. Oweh goes in, puts it up and in from 12.
He's getting more and more confidence in that 1 or 2 sharp dribbles and then pull up to let it go.
2-2 tie. Wilcher, right side for Texas. Cross-court pass to Swain, who drops it off to Tremont Mark. Comes back right side to Wilcher, who hands it to Pope. Shot clock's down to 12 seconds. Texas being very deliberate. Pope floats it over on the left side to Mark. Mark moves to the elbow, throws it down in the corner, and it's a bad pass, and Kentucky's got it. Jelavic comes up with a loose ball. Throws it ahead to Oweh. Front court right side. Bounce down to Moreno on the baseline. Kicks it out to Jelavic to Oweh at the top. Coming out to get it's Moreno at the high post. Oweh cuts through the lane. They can't get it to him, so he hands it off to Aberdeen down the lane with a floater. Good.
I love the movement. That's second half movement, Tom.
Yes, it is. 4-2 Kentucky. Pope standing in the midcourt circle and dribbling. Bounces it to Mark on the right side. He hands it to Swain. Swain comes to the top, launches a 3, in and out. No good. Rebounded by Jelavic. Shovels a pass up to Aberdeen, who comes across the line. Aberdeen out deep on the left side. Bounce to Moreno at the top of the offense. Dribbles to his left. Gives it to Aberdeen. Pulls the trigger for 3. In and out. No good. And a foul on the rebound attempt by Jelavic to reach over Swain. And Jelavic gets whistled for the foul. First one of the game.
Don't mind that foul. Don't mind that at all. You like seeing him aggressively pursuing rebounds.
Comes into front court to Mark on the right side. Back out front to Swain, to Pope on the left side. Titus at the top. Gives it right side to Wilcher. Tried to curl into the lane, but couldn't. They give it to Mark on the left side. Titus straight away. He hands it to Pope. Pope's going to shoot a quick 3. Rims out. No good. Rebound Jelavic. He spins and drives it up the middle of the floor himself. Here's over to the right. Shovels it off to Oweh. Oweh comes to the top of the circle. Backs out between the circles. Now bounces to his left to Moreno. Moreno at the high post. Dribbles left. Hands it to Aberdeen. He comes into the lane. Lob back to Moreno. Missed the slam attempt. Aberdeen taps it out, but Mark grabs it for Texas. Throws it ahead to Titus. Goes up for a shot. Blocked by Moreno, and Jelavic has got it going the other way. Jelavic down the middle of the floor. Angles right. Shovels it up and in.
How about that? Great job, big fella.
Started with a defensive play by Moreno, and Jelavic goes coast to coast. 6-2 Kentucky. Here's Wilcher out deep on the right side, across to Titus. Hands it to Mark. Mark comes to the high post, dumps it to Titus on the pick and roll, missed the shot, but Swain there to follow it in. Scouting report on Titus says he's very good off the roll, but he couldn't finish that one, but Swain was there to tap it in. 6-4 Kentucky. Aberdeen, working left side, takes it down to the corner, tracked by Wilchard, comes back out front, throws it to Oweh between the circles. Oweh drops the ball down between his knees, moves to his left, comes into the lane, goes down toward the baseline, left-hand layup, won't go, rebounded by Moreno, right in the basket, gets fouled as he tries to go back up with a shot. And looks like the foul is going to be on Swain.
Well, there will be a few offensive rebounds there for Kentucky, and it's good that Moreno was able to go up and get that one. Good job by Oweh taking that ball to the basket. Used the screen out high that Moreno said. Used that very well.
2 shots for Malachi Moreno. First one comes off, no good. He's had a habit of late. It seems like every time he goes up there, he misses the first one, but always makes the second one.
Well, I think the determining factor for him is how winded is he when he shoots the free throws. Now, he went up and down, and that...
And this one stays in.
Might be the reason, Tom, that he sometimes misses the first one. If he walks up there quickly, he doesn't have time to kind of catch his breath.
So maybe he should get a step away, take a deep breath.
Sometimes I would even go down and act like I was tying my shoe or something if I was a little winded.
Weaver and Traore are into the game for Texas. Pope has it out deep on the left side. Bounce pass to Traore at the top. Dribbles left, hands it back to Pope. Aberdeen fights through the screen to stay with him. Pope comes to his right, hands it off to Weaver. Shot clock's down to 10 seconds. Texas can't get into the lane against the Kentucky defense. Pope out deep on the right side, 5 seconds. Slides to his right, takes it down to the baseline. He's in a double team. Bounce feed to Traore. Little jumper's no good. Rebounded by Jelavic. He wrestled it away from Weaver. Kentucky's got it coming the other way after the air ball.
That would have been a shot clock violation anyway.
Aberdeen into the lane. 10-foot floater. Comes off hard, no good. Off the back of the iron, into the hands of Mark for Texas. He'll bring it up the middle of the floor. Tremont Mark picked up by Oweh. Passes left side to Swain. Swain drives it down to the baseline. Working his way into the paint against Jelavic. Couple of pump fakes, leans in and puts it in and got the foul. Swain with some nice footwork down on the low block. And Jelavic picks up his second foul and the second on Kentucky. Timeout on the floor. 7-6. Kentucky leading Texas. Swain will be at the line for a chance to tie it when we come back. Timeout on the floor with 15:25 to play on the UK Sports Network. Kentucky 7, Texas 6, 15:25 to play. The battle of the boards is going to be interesting to track. Right now it's 5-5. Only 2 teams have out-rebounded the Longhorns this season, and they're top 15 in the country, Goose, in offensive rebound percentage, and they've already done a little damage there.
Yeah, and that's why I say Kentucky's going to have to make sure they protect the basketball and not give them second and third opportunities. They are ahead as Texas 4-1 in second chance points. And so that means they've cashed in on both of their offensive rebounds. So yes, you got to keep them off the glass.
Garrison in for Kentucky at the 5 spot in place of Moreno, and Dioubate in for Jelavic at the 4. Jelavic picked up 2 quick fouls, the only 2 of the game on Kentucky. And he's gotten off to a nice start with a coast-to-coast driving layup and board work. Swain, 1 shot. Made it, and the game's tied at 7. 5 points already for Dalen Swain. Aberdeen in front court, left side for Kentucky, bounces it to Garrison. Garrison fakes the handoff. Now he gives it to Oweh, curling into the lane with a 10-foot leaner that comes up short, gets his own rebound, follows it up, no good. Tapped around, controlled by Dioubate. He puts it in and got fouled. He just used strength to get that ball up into the air and just basically flew straight up and dropped straight in.
Well, I love where Mo is right now. You know, part of playing this game is being content with your role. And I think Mo is understanding that right now. He wasn't a happy camper when he lost that starting spot, but he's still very effective.
Free throw good to complete the 3-point play. 10-7 in favor of the Cats. Foul was on Traore. His first, second on Texas. Wilchard Wilcher will bring it up into front court. Gives it to Weaver on the right side. Back to Wilcher, who's running the point now. Takes it over to the left side. Ball's knocked away. He lost it out of bounds, but it was touched last by Garrison. Kentucky's doing a nice job trapping that pick and roll out top.
Yeah, good help. And the other thing they're doing is if they don't double up right there, they go laterally across the floor, not dropping back towards the basket. So you're accomplishing the same thing. You're not letting them turn the corner to get to the paint.
Aberdeen goes out. Jasper Johnson comes in. Off that big game at Tennessee, 12 points, 4 assists for Jasper. Texas with the ball. Kentucky with a 3-point lead. Wilcher over in front of Coach Pope on the left side. Now he backs out deeper. Starts moving forward. Comes right. Again, he can't turn the corner. Pass down in the corner to Weaver. He drives baseline right and dunks it.
Basket by Weaver.
Texas found the weak spot and attacked it off the right baseline. 10-9 Wildcats. Garrison dribbles right, feeds it to Dioubate on a backdoor cut, juggles it. So they get it out front to Johnson, over to Garrison, top of the key.
Short.
Shot is short. Dioubate trying to get it, but he cannot come up with it. Loses it out of bounds. Texas ball.
What Texas did on that last time down is they screened off Brendan Garrison to keep him from getting on the help side of that drive to the baseline. No one was there to take the dunk attempt away from Weaver.
Swain with the ball out front, gives it left side to Wilcher. Bounce pass to Traore at the top. Gives it to his right to Mark. He tries to drive on Oweh, but he can't. Backs out beyond the three-point line. Pulls up, shoots it, missed it. Rebounded by Texas. Traore's got it. Traore down to the baseline, behind the basket, throws it out, and it's knocked away by Cam Williams. And he landed on the sideline. Now the officials are going to confer and see if this is overturned. Nope, still Kentucky, or still Texas ball. Cam Williams thought he had a steal there on the pass out of the baseline by Traore, but Cam couldn't come up with it. Williams goes out, and Colin Chandler checks into the Kentucky lineup.
And he might have been on the base sideline when he had possession of the ball, touched it.
Can't quite see that down to our right when it's on this side of the floor. Here's Wilcher coming into the paint. Almost lost it. Gives it over to Weaver on the right side. 3 seconds to shoot it. Weaver slides left. Long three. No good. And a whistle and a foul. In a battle for the rebound, it's going to be on Texas.
Clearly, he was holding Garrison. They do a lot of that hooking and holding, Tom. They really do.
Hook 'em horns.
Well, that's true. I talked to 3 coaches today, and all 3 of our coaches said they do that, and a lot of times get away with it.
Second foul on Traore. Third on Texas. 10-9 Kentucky Cats with the ball. Dioubate hands it left side to Oweh. Gives it back out front to Johnson. Johnson goes down the left side of the lane. Hesitates. 10-foot leaner. Won't go. Quaintance back in the game. Grabs the rebound. Gives it to Pope, who sprints up into front court. Hands it to Swain on the right side. He goes across the circle, moving left. Now comes back to his right. Down the lane. Banks it up and in.
Basket by Swain.
Swain with 7 points. Texas back in front, 11-10. Jasper Johnson comes into the lane, picks up his dribble, throws it behind him to Dioubate, right side to Chandler. Chandler comes off the screen, but he can't turn the corner and get into the lane. Bounces it right side to Garrison beyond the arc. 14 on the shot clock. Garrison moves it a little closer, takes it down to the baseline. 10-footer, no good. Rebound, Quaintance. Not many second chances for the Wildcats. Pass comes up into front court to Mark. He spins, passes to the corner. Swain's three, rims out. Quaintance rebounds, follows it up and in.
Boy, he is so long. It comes down to putting a body on him and keeping him away from the basket.
13-10 Texas. Scored 6 straight. Jasper Johnson standing, dribbling in the midcourt circle. Walks it to his left. Chandler pops up to get it. Back to Johnson. Swings it right side to Oweh. Oweh, jab step. Holds the ball down low. Comes into the elbow. Keeps his dribble. Goes down to the baseline. 10-footer good. Very patiently found the open space.
Yeah, and he finally got the screen to give him a halfway decent step towards the basket.
Mark out deep on the left side. Knocked away. Stolen by Oweh. Oweh headed the other way. One-handed slam. And he's been getting at least a couple of steals in just about every game. He's had at least 13 times, so he needs one more to get there tonight.
And that's what got him going down at Tennessee.
14-13. Kentucky back in front. Swain gets into the lane. Spins to his right. Leaner. No good. Foul. Dioubate.
Oh, boy. Great defense, but
Kind of dropped that hand down, didn't you? Yep. Timeout on the floor with 11:44 to play. Swain Swain's going to be at the line. First foul on Dioubate, third on Kentucky. We'll be right back. 14-13, the Cats lead it on the UK Sports Network. 11:44 left to play here in this opening half at Rupp Arena. Kentucky with a 14-13 lead. Watch BBN Game Day presented by CHI St. Joseph Health all season long. Show airs Saturday mornings at 9 on WLAX here in Lexington. Check UKathletics.com/UK Sports Network for TV affiliates and times in your area. If you're outside the state, you can watch at UKathletics.com/videos or on the Kentucky Wildcats Facebook page. The offensive rebound still an issue as Texas has 6 second chance points. Swain is causing them some problems. He handles the ball well, Goose. I mean, he's a 6'8 junior. Not a great three-point threat, but he's got 60 assists, 48 turnovers. He's at the top of the list for Texas in both, so he handles the ball a lot.
Yeah, he stays real patient when that ball gets into his hands, and he's a big guy. I mean, 225 at 6'8", not huge, but he still is able to pick people apart because of his patience on offense and the constant moving by his teammates all around him.
Tonight's game's presented by DQ. When cravings come calling, DQ delivers. From iconic Blizzard treats and tasty chicken strip baskets to mouth-watering cheeseburgers. DQ, happy, tastes good. And say 5 on the foot. One change. Moreno's back in, replacing Garrison. Otherwise, it's Johnson, Dioubate, Oweh, and Chandler. Swain, who came to Texas from Xavier, where he played for Coach Sean Miller last season. He had 27 in their loss in the NCAA tournament to Illinois, which went on to lose to Kentucky in the next round. He had 34 earlier this season in a loss to Mississippi State. Free throws good to tie the game at 14, 8 points for Swain.
He's a good-looking player. Good body.
Is 6'8", 225.
Yeah.
One more shot for the lead. It's good.
Well, he's got a little bit of a twister on that free throw, so if it ever hits the rim, it won't have a chance to bounce around and go back in and probably kick right off.
Swain goes out, Traore into the game for Texas. Moreno's got it at the top of the key, dribbles left, gives it to Oweh. Oweh comes into the lane, angles over to the right, backs out to the right corner, throws it out front to Johnson. Jasper comes to the top, shoots a 3, off to the right, no good, chased down by Dioubate. Back to Oweh, catch and shoot 3, no good. Long rebound, tapped out front, Pope runs it down, and he's sprinting to the other end. Leans in, missed the shot, but Oweh committed the foul.
But Colin Chandler was right there for the offensive rebound. Jasper just kind of took a swing at it at the last second and knocked it over his head to give them Texas opportunity for the fast break.
Pope at the line for 2.
Jordan Pope from Oakley, California, averages 13 a game. Hits it.
Checking up his first point are Dixon, Aberdeen, and Ken Williams.
See if Oweh goes out here. Oweh hadn't been out, but yeah, he gets a breather here.
So we get Williams in and Aberdeen in.
What I'd really like to see is Cam Williams let one go. He's catching them and he's open immediately, but
Free throw good?
he's thinking twice about shooting it. I want to see him put one up.
He should never think twice.
No.
Moreno out front with the basketball, picks it up, gives it left side to Dioubate. Turns it over to Williams. There it is. Long 3. Good. There you go, Coach.
Thank you. I mean, he's been that open on 2 or 3 other occasions.
Nice play call, Coach.
Thank you.
17 all.
I love it when it works, you know.
Don't all coaches. Weaver down to the baseline with a runner good off the glass. He comes stumbling out of there. It was a tough shot. His second bucket. Chandler, front court, right side, throws it out front to Aberdeen. Texas back in front, 19-17. Aberdeen dribbles through the lane, circles off to the left, and throws it over to Moreno at the top, gives it right side to Chandler, drops it back to Moreno down on the baseline. And Lowe is caught underneath the basket, goes up, lost the ball, but touched last by the Longhorns. Quaintance. It'll be Kentucky's ball on the right baseline, 11 on the shot clock.
Now, Quaintance, he's a 7-footer, you know, so he's long. So for Moreno, he is as tall, but not nearly as strong.
Pass inbounded to Moreno, right of the lane. Malachi chin foul on the 6'3" Weaver, who tried to jump up and knock the ball away from the 7-footer Moreno and commits a foul.
Yeah.
His first, team fourth.
He did a good job of keeping the ball up high.
Good point. He's a very fundamentally sound player. Chandler looking. Here's a foul on Kentucky.
Williams.
And Williams with a shove to try to get open. His first 5 on the Wildcats. 19-17 Texas. 10:24 left to play in the first half. Kentucky's first turnover. Here's Pope. Bounces it to Vocatitis. It's Weaver on a backdoor cut. Leaner's no good. Good challenge from Dioubate. Kentucky's got it coming the other way. Chandler up the left side. Cross court to Williams. Almost dropped it out of bounds. Rescues it. Picks it up. Lets it fly. Missed this one. Rebound Dioubate. And they're going to get him for a push off.
Yeah, he did. I think he did.
His second. Team 6. So from this point on, the next Kentucky foul will put Texas at the line for one in the bonus as Trevon Mark comes back in and Weaver goes down. Also back in. Here comes Oweh back in for Kentucky. Dioubate, who just picked up his second foul, will go out. So Kentucky goes a little smaller here.
Well, you hate seeing Mo come out of the game. He is so active.
So both of the 4 men for Kentucky, Jelavic and Dioubate, each with 2 fouls here in the first half. Vocatitis hands it off to Pope between the circles, straight away. Shovel pass right side to Traore. He gives it to Wilcher. Wilcher gets into the circle. Forced to pick up his dribble by Chandler. 10 seconds, gets it out to Pope. Pope to the right elbow, changes direction, goes back to the left side of the lane. Fall away, 10-footer, rims out. Rebound, Vocatitis goes up, blocked by Moreno. Saved in by Williams. Loose ball, Aberdeen digs it out for Kentucky. What a play by a freshman from Georgetown. Left corner, Oweh's got it. He drives baseline. Jump!
That one, big guy. Get that, big guy.
Ties the game at 19. An authoritative 2-hand slam and a foul at the other end. Moreno trying to battle with Vocatitis, and Moreno protesting that he was getting hooked.
Well,
held off by Vocatitis.
That's what they do. They'll put one hand up as a target. That other arm, they will hook around you. I mean, I'm surprised that everybody knows that, but the officials, man, they get away with a lot of them.
Traore goes out, and Swain back in.
Coming out is Traore.
Vocatitis at the line for the first time tonight, but probably won't be the last. He's averaging 9 free throw attempts a game in SEC play. This will be number 160 on the season at the free throw line. Only a 69% shooter, and he hits it.
Well, when you get there that many times, you're going to make enough of them that you make a dent in that other team.
Titus averaging 15 a game. He hits it. He got 6. Texas back in front, 21-19. Aberdeen walks it into front court. Dribbling with his right hand out deep on that left side. Now switches to the left hand, puts it between his legs a couple of times. Walks it down the sideline. Bounce feed into Moreno, 15 feet out left side. Goes it to Oweh. Oweh down to the baseline. Keeps his dribble, gets into the lane, angles right, steps back, 10-footer, good. He's on his game tonight.
He's shooting it with a lot of confidence, man.
10 for Oweh, already a 22nd consecutive double-figure scoring game. Wilcher curls into the paint, cut off, step back. Chandler takes it away, and he's headed the other way. Chandler rises and slams. Kentucky back in front, 23-21.
Good active hands.
Vocatitis, 15 feet out on the left side. He's going to try to back Moreno down. Nice spin move to the baseline with a dunk.
Basket by Quaintance.
Titus with 8. And the game's tied again at 23. And Coach Pope is talking about the hand-to-hand combat with Vocatitis and holding or hooking, and he's making his case. See if it pays off. Traore, he didn't get in time for Texas. Game's tied at 23 as Aberdeen comes into front court. We're in a double screen for Williams to catch the catch at the top. Dribbles right, keeps his dribble, gets into the lane, goes to the rim, puts it up, won't go, but he got fouled by Pope.
shot. So he did a great job of keeping that dribble alive to figure out how to get to the basket.
Timeout on the floor. Game tied at 23 here at Rupp Arena between Kentucky and Texas. 7:59 left on the UK Sports Network.
Better Country, 98.1, The Bull.
23 all here at Rupp. 7:59 left first half. We talk Kentucky basketball on the Mark Pope Show each week here on the UK Sports Network. It's presented by UK Healthcare. Normally on Monday nights, but next week it'll be on Wednesday night because the Cats have a Tuesday road game in Nashville. It's always followed by the Kenny Brooks Show. They have a big game tomorrow at Tennessee. And then BBN Radio with Darren Hendrick, presented by Clark's Pumpkin Shop. Make sure you're with us 6 Eastern next Wednesday night on these UK Sports Network stations. Texas 11-7 on the season, 2-3 overall. Cats back above 500 in league play with their 3 consecutive SEC wins. They're 3-2 and 12-6 overall. And they're having some issues with the offensive glass for Texas. Texas has 5 offensive boards, 6 second chance points, but Moreno saved the day a couple of times with blocks.
Yeah, and the good thing for Kentucky is they themselves have found 5 offensive rebounds, so they're only getting outscored by 2, 6-4. So that's good. Another real plus for Kentucky. Is one of my keys to the game was Kentucky has not turned the ball over but one time here, and they forced 3 turnovers. So those points off the turnovers, 6-0. So Kentucky's making up those points right there.
Texas got 21 off Kentucky turnovers last year when they came from behind, won down at Austin.
Yeah.
Kentucky had that game seemingly in control, and some late turnovers allowed Texas to rally behind Trey Johnson and Tremont Martin. Cam Williams at the line, 2 shots. First one's good. He's got 4 points. It's Kentucky back in front by 1.
Cam needs to work at finding more shots. I mean, he's so unselfish. He likes to get other guys involved.
Makes them both. And he's about 95% at the free throw line, so the more he can get there, the better.
Exactly.
25-23, Kentucky. Jordan Pope, just 2 free throws so far for him. He averages 13 a game, gives it left side to Swain. Hands it off to Mark right in front of the Kentucky bench on the left wing. Back to Pope in the middle. Pope sliding right, picks up his dribble. Needs help. In trouble, bounces it off to Weaver on the right side. He drives on Chandler, leans into him, can't get past him, throws it out to Mark. Free throw line jumper, short, rebound Chandler. Good defensive possession for the Cats. 2-hand pass up to Aberdeen in the left corner. Aberdeen backing his man down. Aberdeen shovels it out to Moreno, hands it back to Aberdeen. Aberdeen goes back to that baseline, left side, shovels it back to Moreno. 16 to shoot it. Moreno goes it diagonally to the top to Chandler. Chandler with 12 seconds to shoot it. Moreno dribbles to his right now. Moreno hands it to Aberdeen. Comes off the curl for 3. Good.
Nice. Very nice patience, Tom, right there. Good job of running the stuff. Bodies and the ball moving well.
Kept making the Texas defense move, and they finally got some open space.
Yes.
28-23. Aberdeen's first 3. Oh, it was a 2, they say. 27-23, so not a 3. Here's Mack into the lane. Jumps it down to Traore, off to Weaver, coming in on the left baseline for an easy dunk. Weaver's causing him some problems. 27-25 in favor of Kentucky. Now deep on the right side, it's Aberdeen. Aberdeen comes into the circle, moves over to the right elbow, now goes back to his left and throws it away. Steal by Swain, trying to get it to Oweh in the left corner. Swain down the left side of the lane, cut off by Williams. Out to Pope for a wide open 3 that's no good. Long rebound to the corner, chased down by Chandler. 27-25 Kentucky. Long pass ahead for the dunk by Moreno. Beat the man down the floor. 29-25. Kentucky moves out in front. Texas takes a timeout. 6:09 left to play in the first half.
Tom, you never want to be responsible for having a coach burn a 30-second timeout, man. You don't want to be that guy because you're going to hear it, you know it. And Sean Miller didn't take his eyes off of the big guy.
I think it was Traore who kind of jogged down the court.
Oh, man.
When he looked looked up, he saw the ball sailing over his head right to Moreno.
Nothing he could do about that.
Our game's presented by DQ. When cravings come calling, DQ delivers from iconic Blizzard treats and tasty chicken strip baskets to mouth-watering cheeseburgers. DQ, happy, tastes good. Chandler put the pass there right on the money. Last weekend at LSU, he had that steal and a run-out situation like that, and he threw it almost into the upper deck. Couldn't hit Oweh for a lob, but so I was right to begin with, I think.
Yes,
Aberdeen,
you were.
it was a 3. So they've reviewed it, and now it is a 3-point basket for Aberdeen, and it's 30-25 in favor of Kentucky. What I was about to say is Chandler then threw the perfect pass to Moreno for the game winner, and then Saturday had the steal and threw a perfect pass over Gillespie to hit Oweh for the go-ahead dunk, and then that was a perfect pass to Moreno.
Yeah. And I think what happened was, as he should, playing the point guard spot, Chandler got back in the paint. It was a long rebound, and Moreno just saw the floor opening up, and he took off. And Chandler had an easy delivery for the dunk on that one.
So with the corrected score, it's 30-25 Kentucky. Texas with the ball. Weaver, right side, well beyond the three-point line, gives it to Mark. Oweh, right up in his grill. Mark passes back to Weaver in the right corner. Wide open 3, rims out. Texas still without a 3. Kentucky has the rebound. Aberdeen up the middle. Passes left side to Oweh. Oweh off the Garrison pick. Comes back left. Shoots a 3. Missed it. Rebound out to Chandler to Oweh. Right side to Aberdeen to Williams. Back to Aberdeen. Now deep on the right side. 5:35 to play in the half. Aberdeen starts in. Backs out. Angles right. Gets to the elbow. Comes into the paint. Out to Oweh. Oweh drives the lane. Leans in. Puts it up. No good. Garrison taps it out to Williams. Over to Oweh. Corner 3. No good from the right side. And Texas comes off with a rebound this time. Sprinting the court, Swain. Nice pass left side to Mark for an easy layup. They had the numbers 3-on-2 and ran the break to perfection.
Would have been a good time right there to back that ball out and just work it around and get yourself a good look.
Here's Aberdeen to the free throw line with a jumper. Bounces off. No good. Texas rebounds. Cats lead 30-27. Here comes Swain. Drives into the lane at the other end. Gets all the way to the rim. Garrison blocks the shot. It's lost out of bounds. Off him. Texas ball. 4:55 to play in the first half. And Hope coming back in. And Mark goes out.
And that was a good call. I thought Garrison got a hand on it.
Texas ball on the right baseline. Jasper Johnson comes back in, and they're checking to see if they want to take a look at this. As the fans see the replay, they thought Texas touched the ball last. And no signal yet. They must have seen it over there on the sidelines and agreed with the call. Weaver on the baseline. Plays it into Swain in the right corner. He walks it out to the wing, gives it to Weaver. They leave him wide open. Weaver comes into the circle, comes right side with a pass to Pope. He hands it to Swain. Swain comes to the top, slides left, shoots a 3. Good. It's his 12th one of the season, just a 26% shooter behind the arc, so you can give him a little space, you think, but he made that one. First one for Texas, ties the game at 30.
Well, anybody in this league going to make that if you back off of him and just let him have it.
Jasper Johnson gets to the high post, angles to his right, floats it up for Garrison, and it's deflected and stolen. Tried to throw it over the 7-footer. Pass ahead to Wilcher for a dunk in the lead at the other end. And now Kentucky will take a timeout as Wilcher gets his first basket of the game, putting Texas back in front 32-30 with 4:16 to play in the half. That will get us to the media timeout, and we'll be right back on the UK Sports Network. Center in its fight against cancer at the next home game. Grab a souvenir cup for a chance to win a great prize like a VIP trip to a Cats away game, a visit Myrtle Beach vacation, or UK merchandise. 4:16 left first half. Since Coach Miller called that timeout when Moreno beat Traore down the floor, Moreno dunked it in to put Kentucky up 30-25. Texas called the timeout. They've outscored the Cats 7-zip to go back in front. So Mark Pope calls the timeout. Let's see how his group responds.
Well, a couple of quick shots for Kentucky. Oweh off balance one time, let it go, and the turnover there. So good time for a timeout. Kentucky was running their stuff really well. They'll get back to it, and hopefully those shots will fall.
Kentucky in the last 4 games, 37 of 87 at the three-point line. That's 43%, number 1 in SEC play. They've outscored 4 consecutive opponents on three-point field goals, but so far, the Cats just 2 for 9, 22% behind the arc, 41% shooting overall.
Rebound total, Kentucky now up 17-16 with 7 offensive rebounds to 6 for Texas. The problem is Texas has gotten 9 points off of those second chance opportunities. Kentucky just 4.
Cats get a little bigger size, a little more size into the game as Jelavic comes in. Out there with Moreno, Aberdeen, Chandler, and Oweh. Aberdeen picked up by Wilcher as he comes across the midcourt line. Running Oweh off a baseline screen. They get it to him deep in that right corner. Dribbles it out to the wing. Backs all the way up, then feeds Chandler in the corner. Curls for a 3. No good. Long rebound chased down in the corner by Pope. He sprints up into front court. Hands it behind him to Swain. Drops it off on the right side to Wilcher. Wanted to shoot a 3, but Aberdeen closed out quickly. Comes right side to Swain. 3:45 to play in the half. Pope between the circles, straight away. Still doesn't have a field goal. Gives it left side to Swain. Pope gets it back. Pope comes right, gets a nice screen, but he can't get into the lane. Gives it down in the corner to Weaver. Back to Pope. 5 seconds to shoot it. Pope. Pressed by Chandler, and he reaches in and fouls him. He was defending him really well. Just reached in.
For those last 3 or 4 seconds of the shot clock, we've gotten them there a few times, but we've bailed them out by committing the really useless foul.
Pope at the line. 1 and a bonus. No good. Rebounded by Jelavic. That's his first miss since November 25th.
Got to get down and score now.
32-30 it remains. 3:20 to play in the half. Oweh, left side. Drives it into the circle, then backs out, throws it right side to Jelavic. Hands it to Aberdeen on the wing. He's going to rise up for 3. Got it.
Oh, big time. Needed that one.
Kentucky back in front. 33-32 as we hit the 3-minute mark in this first half. Swain out deep on the right side. Moves in, slides left, a 3, airballed that one, but it's rebounded by Vocatatis, and then he has the ball knocked away, and Aberdeen comes down with it for Kentucky. Racing up the right side of the floor, slows down as he comes across the line, shovel pass to Moreno straight away, gives it left side to Oweh. Oweh comes off the screen, drives to his right, gets in deep, hooks it up, no good. Rebound, Moreno goes up and missed it. And Vocatatis comes out with it. Strong move, Moreno, but he couldn't finish. Weaver shovels a pass to the left corner to Pope, and Pope brings it all the way back out front. Pope hooks it over his left shoulder to Weaver, turns down the 3 to come through the lane, pivots, doesn't want to shoot over Jelavic, throws it out to Swain. 2:15 to play in the half. Swain brings it to the middle of the floor. Oweh moving with him as he goes left, spins into the paint, right to the rim for a finger roll. 14 by Swain. Set that up nicely. Texas back in front. 34-33. 2 minutes to play in the half. Aberdeen out deep on the right side. Comes off the Jelavic screen. Goes all the way over to the left side. Puts it between his legs a couple of times. Looking to feed Jelavic. Does. Down on the left side about 15 feet out. Jelavic backing down against the smaller Wilcher. Cross-court pass to Oweh. Oweh bounce feed into Moreno down on the baseline. Gives it back to Oweh cutting through the lane. And Oweh couldn't come up with it. Texas has it going the other way. Pope weaving through the defense. Gets to the rim and puts it in with the left hand. His first field goal of the game. 36-33 Texas.
Those other turnovers, like I say, you cannot afford to give them the extra possessions.
Aberdeen out near the midcourt circle. 2-hand pass to his left to Chandler, back to Aberdeen. Fakes right, goes left, gets to the elbow, hesitates, drives down the lane, circles underneath the basket, throws it out in the left corner to Jelavic. Jelavic hands it back to Aberdeen, open, left corner, 3, no good. Moreno with the rebound, goes up, scores, and a foul. He wasn't guarded by Vocatatis that time. He was between 2 smaller guys, recognized that, went right back up.
Yeah, Vocatatis had to switch off to go to the corner to try to defend Jelavic.
Fouls on Swain, that's his second. The team 6th.
Checking in for Texas is
Mark back in. Pope goes out. Moreno with 5 points. He's at the line for 1 shot. Try to tie the game. first half.
And you see how calm Moreno was that time when he went to the line. No heavy breathing. He makes those.
Comes right side to Mark. Gets into the lane from a pull-up 12-footer. Good.
Gotta
Texas
stay
has
solid.
4 players out of their 5 starters that hit 60% or better inside the arc, and Mark is especially good at that. 38-36, Texas. Chandler gets into the lane, jump stop, angles right, flips up a shot, and got fouled. I think it's Mark who bit on the fake and landed on Colin Chandler. It is Tremont Mark. It's his first. 7 fouls on Texas, 2 shots for Chandler.
You know, it's interesting because we've talked about the size, how big Texas is. And, you know, we're playing as though we're playing against a shot-blocking team. But the fact of the matter is they only average, I think, 3 blocks a game, which is not a high number at all.
No.
So we should be going to the basket with just a little bit more authority.
Chandler, as Coach Pope said, not feeling great today. He set out shoot-around to be able to go tonight, but probably at well less than 100% in terms of his stamina. Puts it up. Good. Garrison in, Moreno to the bench. Good move there, not to pick up a second foul for Moreno. Not to get a third for Jelavic as Williams comes back in. Chance for Chandler to tie it up with 39.7 left in the first half. And he does. 38 all.
Stop would be really good here.
4 points for Colin Chandler. And Pope back in the game will bring it up for Texas. Moving with him every step of the way is Aberdeen. 10 fewer seconds on the shot clock than the game clock. They get it left side to Mark. Mark looking defeated to Vokatitis. Vokatitis holding Garrison at bay with that left hand while he calls for the ball with the right. Mark goes left, double team. They get it to Weaver, left baseline, drives, drops it off to Vokatitis, leans in, missed the shot, tapped up and in by Mark. 40-38, 10 seconds to play. Texas by 2, Kentucky with the ball. Aberdeen comes into the circle, goes down the lane. Jump stop, 8-footer, good. And that will get us to halftime at a 40-40 tie. 10 first half points for Aberdeen, 10 for Oweh. Texas and Kentucky all even at 40. Heading to the break as we send it over to our Michelle Knezevic to catch up to Coach Mark Pope, presented by John Franklin, Lexington Hyundai, driven by family. Coach Pope just chatting with Cam Williams about something as they get ready to leave the floor. Now he will talk with Michelle.
Coach, a back and forth first half. What do you like best from your team?
Well, I thought we had times in the game where we moved the ball well. We had some decent defensive stands where we got it late in the shot clock, so those were some positives.
You're winning the rebounding battle. How you continue to do that in the second half?
I'm really frustrated on the defensive glass. We're giving them life on the defensive glass. We got to fix that.
Thanks, Coach.
11 ties, 8 lead changes in the first half, and it's all even at the break. Kentucky 40, Texas 40. We'll be right back on the UK Sports Network. Welcome back to Rupp Arena. Kentucky and Texas tied at 40. I think this is the second time Kentucky's been tied at halftime against one of its high major opponents. The other one was North Carolina. And I think the Mississippi State game is the only one in which the Wildcats held a lead at halftime. But Goose offensively pretty well the first half, 42%. You'd like to have shot it better than 3 of 12 at the three-point line, but they have been a second-half team, 49 points per game in the second halves, and that is over the last 7 games against the best competition.
Yeah, and you have to obviously hope that continues. And, you know, the good thing for Kentucky is they got the shots they wanted often. As you say, they missed some, both in the paint and from the three-point line. They have been patient at the three-point line. They'll have to continue to be, because when they're patient, they make a high percentage of those.
They built a 5-point lead with 6:09 to play on a run-out dunk by Malachi Moreno, but Texas took a timeout, came back with 7 straight, and then it just went back and forth from there to leave us in this 40-40 tie. It is Denzel Aberdeen time. In the last 2 games, in the second halves of those games, he's played just over 39 minutes on the court. He scored 35 points, shot 75% from the field, and had 1 turnover. I'll take that again.
No,
20 more minutes of that.
Absolutely. just bring it on. I'm anxious to see Kentucky in these first 4 minutes. What happens now until that first mandatory media timeout? They need to come out with the same energy that they played the first half and maybe even lift it up just a little bit. That would be really good to see.
Mark Pope told us at halftime he wants to see a better job on the boards. Let's see how his guys respond. Starting five back out there for Kentucky: Williams, Jelavic, Moreno, Oweh, and Aberdeen. And the same for Texas, as Heidi, who normally starts, did not start tonight. Wilcher got the call, and Heidi has not played, so the Purdue transfer may have an issue that's keeping him out.
Moreno has a little bit of a shiner going on or something under that eye.
I don't know whether he got a stray elbow or something this week. Hadn't bothered him in the first half, it didn't seem. Williams with the ball in front court, gives it left side to Aberdeen, takes it down the sideline, angles back into the middle. Cross-court pass to Williams in the right corner, but he couldn't get free. Trying to back down on the smaller Pope, comes into the lane, turns, shoots over him, and scores. Nice play.
Well, good recognition. I mean, he made his mind up that he's going to take the smaller Pope and got him a nice shot.
Comes left side to Swain, leading scorer for Texas in the first half with 14 points. They get it down on the left block to Quaintance. Backing in against Moreno, trying to hold his ground. Jump up, Moreno blocks it. And Oweh's got it. Blocked it with the left hand. Oweh goes into the lane, goes down the paint, and goaltending on Quaintance as Oweh flipped up a shot.
I don't know for sure that one was going to go, but we'll take it. Good start. And great job by Moreno, just being physical in there.
You talked about this on Saturday at Tennessee. Moreno sometimes has to adapt to these physical big men, but he does it within the game.
Well, you know, it's the first time through the league for him, so.
Mark, left elbow jumper, no good. It bounces off the top of the backboard and into the hands of Jelavic. So the Cats got to stop, and they've got a 4-point lead in the ball. Aberdeen out deep on the right side. One-hand pass across to Jelavic on the left side. Now he angles back to the right, drives it to the elbow. Takes the handoff, takes the backdoor pass, throws across court to Moreno. Moreno dribbles to his left, hands it off to Williams. Williams comes into the paint. Short 10-footer short. He got fouled.
Got him on the arm, maybe.
So this will be 2 shots. Fouls on Mark. His second.
You know, it's really neat because the officials go back to the locker room at halftime and they review videos. They spend their whole time back there getting hydrated and watching videos, plays they made, plays they might have missed, and it could be that some of that body contact they saw.
Free throw good.
Will be called here in the second half, I'm not sure.
Kentucky has equaled its largest lead now at 45-40, and Williams has one more free throw coming. By the way, that last foul was on Pope and not Tremont Mark. And Williams hits them both. His 9. 46-40, Kentucky. Jordan Pope jogs it up the right side for the Longhorns.
Got to get a stop here. Somebody commit a foul quick because Williams is hurt. Cam, well, he's shaking it off.
Yeah, he's limping badly.
Really limping badly.
Mark straight away, slides over to his left, hooks it over his right shoulder. It's batted into the air. It's stolen by Jelavic.
Now see if you get a 20.
Oh! Steal by Mark. He takes it right back away and lays it in. Just a much too lazy pass there from Jelavic. And we get now an official's timeout because Williams was limping. Man, you had the ball up 6. You made a nice defensive play, and then Jelavic didn't maybe notice Mark there and just threw an easy pass to steal.
Well, I think what you have to look at there is how fast that pass was made. It just kind of seemed to stay up in the air a long time.
Yeah, no, didn't snap it off.
He didn't just snap his wrist and get it going.
46-42, Kentucky Cats with the ball. Moreno at the left elbow, gives it to Jelavic, driving, baseline left, cut off, back to Moreno out on the left side. Dribbles all the way over to the right elbow, hands it to Oweh, curls into the paint, angles to his right, gets to the rim, and banks it in. What about Moreno there?
Another good job screening off by Moreno to open up that baseline.
Enabled Oweh to change direction, drive across the lane and get to his right hand for an easy layup.
He just has to be big as he is, and add a little bit of physical play to it. It's good.
Wilcher gets into the lane, wants to feed it down low. It's batted away by Chandler, out of bounds, and a foul on Kentucky. They call it on Moreno's. He was trying to root Vocatitis out of that low post. Second on Malachi. First on Kentucky in the half.
I like that he's getting more physical.
He is giving it as good as he gets. He was directing traffic with his right hand, accidentally hit Mark in the mouth, and he apologized for it. Comes into Vocatitis and work it out front to Wilcher. Drops it, gives it left side to Pope to Mark in the corner. Mark drives on Moreno, cut off. Moreno backs out.
Just stay solid. You can back off a little bit. Back
and
off.
The shoot. Out to Pope, deep three, straight away. Rims out, no good. Rebounded by Chandler. Aberdeen did a nice job blocking out Swain. Swain couldn't get to the ball. Chandler went in and picked it up after it hit the floor. 48-42 Kentucky. Pass to the left corner is deflected. It was intended for Aberdeen, and Moreno tried to do a little too much that time.
Not a pass you'll see Moreno make.
Swain down the right baseline, goes right at Moreno, and he tried to block it, and he commits the foul, and that's his third.
Take the easy play, and you had, I think it was Oweh open on the wing there. He tried to get it to the corner to Denzel, but take the easy play.
So 2 shots for Swain. Moreno will be going out after the first one. Swain 3 for 3 at the line. Texas has shot over 100 more free throws than its opponents. But it was 8-8 in the first half. Each team made 7. This one rolls in.
Checking in for Kentucky is Brandon Garrison.
Garrison replaces Moreno.
It's a big opportunity here for Garrison. And they need him to be the best version of himself that he can be right now.
And Swain makes them both.
Checking in for Texas is
Mark will go out. And here comes Camden Heide into the game. First time we've seen him. 6'7" junior, transferred in from Purdue. Good three-point shooter, 48%. It's made 26 on the season. 48-44 Kentucky. Aberdeen standing and dribbling in the midcourt circle. One-hand pass to his left to Oweh on the wing. Oweh, 14 points on the night. Gets into the lane, cut off, steps back, wide open, left elbow jumper, rims out, no good. Snatched by Garrison, follow shot, no good. Gets it again, down on the left baseline, throws it out front to Chandler, quickly to Aberdeen on the right side, but he can't get the shot. Back to Chandler, fakes the long three, still 12 on the shot clock. Chandler tries to drive, and he's cut off and fouled by Wilcher, who stuck out the knee. His first foul, 2 on Texas.
And if that's all Brendan Garrison does, work the glass, that's one way to be the best version of himself. So,
absolutely.
Sure, chase those rebounds, man.
He's probably a little quicker than Vocatitis, so maybe he can use that to his advantage. Here's Garrison straight away. Looks to feed it down low to Jelavic. Could not. Hands it to Chandler. Chandler down the lane. Pivots. Jump hook. Comes off. No good. And Texas comes out with a rebound. And Chandler might have had Vocatitis on the brain a little bit that time as the 7-footer maybe bothered him. Wilcher on the left side. St. John's transfer gives it off to Swain on the wing. Swain takes it down to the baseline. Cut off by Oweh, and they call him for a foul. It's his second, team's third. Mark Pope, hands crossed, looks up at the scoreboard from the replay and shakes his head as he smiles. Tries not to say what he's really thinking. 48-44, Kentucky, Texas ball on the left baseline. Hands looking at the replay. It looked like Swain might have just lost his balance. Comes into Heide. Hands it back to Swain. Swain made a 3 in the first half, but he's not much of a three-point threat. He works his way down the lane, spinning back and forth, gets in the lane, dumps it down low to Vocatitis, and a foul on Garrison, who bit on the shot fake from Vocatitis. And that'll put Vocatitis at the line for 2 shots. And for Garrison, that's his first foul. 4 already on Kentucky. Timeout on the floor with 15:55 to play in the game. Kentucky leads it 48-44 on the UK Sports Network. Tonight's game's presented by DQ. When cravings come calling, DQ delivers. From iconic Blizzard treats and tasty chicken strip baskets to mouth-watering cheeseburgers. DQ, happy, tastes good. For the game, 45% shooting for Texas, 43% for Kentucky. Just 4 threes combined in the game. Kentucky's 3 of 12. The Longhorns are 1 out of 10. And Cats had gotten off to a nice start. Goose built a 6-point lead, but now the
mean, and you turn the ball over a little bit and give them opportunities, and that is what's happened. Texas has moved ahead of Kentucky in those fast break points. And, you know, you just have to they've tied Kentucky. You just have to keep control of that basketball.
In SEC play, Texas's opponents have averaged 17 points a game off turnovers, just 6 so far tonight for Kentucky off only 5 Texas turnovers. Watch BBN Tonight, presented by UK Healthcare all season long. Show airs weeknights at 7:30 on WLAX in Lexington. If you're outside the city of Lexington, you can watch it at bbntonight.com. Modest Vocatitis back to the line for just the 3rd time tonight.
Vocatitis at the line for 2.
Texas averages 29 free throw attempts per game. This is their 11th attempt tonight. They've made 9 out of the first 10. It's good.
Well, you can see why he struggles a little bit from the free throw line, because he doesn't follow through and all, but, you know, he gets there so much, you get comfortable with your style.
Missed this one. And it's rebounded by Dioubate, who's checked in for Kentucky. Aberdeen, Chandler, Oweh, and Garrison out there with
a little 2-3 zone action for Texas.
First time we've seen that from the Longhorns. Oweh gives it left side to Aberdeen, back across to Oweh, out deep on the right side, floats it to Dioubate in the middle of that zone. Left side to Aberdeen, penetrates, gives it back to Dioubate at the right elbow. They play off him. Diobate's going to take it into the lane. Pump fake, angles left, and puts it up, and he missed it trying to work around the 7-footer, Vocatitis. 48-45, Kentucky. Swain dribbles over to the right, drops it off to Pope. Comes left side to Heidi. To Vocatitis in the middle of the floor. Hands it off to Swain. Swain comes into the circle, backs out beyond the 3-point line, looking to feed Vocatitis.
3 seconds.
9 to shoot on the shot clock. Down the lane, Pope, left-hand scoop shot, good, high off the glass. That went up above the square. Leads down to 48-47, Kentucky. Oweh out deep on the right side, looks over that zone, floats in the middle of it to Dioubate. They're just not guarding him. They give him a shot. He bounces it down to Garrison. They call the foul on Swain. Garrison had him screened off. It's a good pass, going to lead to a dunk, but Swain commits his 3rd foul, and the team's 3rd.
Smart foul there.
Here comes Tremont Mark back in, and Swain will go to the bench. 14:49 to play, 48-47, Kentucky. When they get the ball to Dioubate in the middle of that zone, they're just dropping off of him.
Well, because he's not a catch-and-shoot kind of guy. So
comes into Dioubate on the left wing, out to Aberdeen. Open 3 off the screen, missed it. Rebounded by Vocatitis. He hit 2 in the first half, did Aberdeen, but got a great look at that one. Couldn't get it to drop. Weaver passes right side to Heidi. To Vocatitis. Heidi goes back door. Vocatitis drives it down along the baseline, goes around Garrison, who blocks it from behind, and Chandler comes out with it for the Cats. Chandler jogs it up the left side, floats to the middle, now goes back to his left, weaves his way into the paint, backs out beyond the 3-point line, gives it up to Oweh. Oweh coming to his right. Texas back man-to-man. Here's Garrison straight away, gives it left side to Aberdeen. Aberdeen curls into the paint, keeps his dribble, goes down the left side, goes up and gets fouled.
Nice.
He just snakes his way through the defense, keeps his dribble alive like Jalen Lowe was so good at, and works his way down into a spot where he can get a shot up, or in that case draw a foul on Mark.
Now, there was a little contact on Vocatitis down on the other end. But, you know, when you let him use that off arm to hold the defense off and create space, you can't call that, because you can't call the contact because he initiates it all.
Throw bounces in for Aberdeen, his first one of the night. Wilcher back into the game. Mark goes out.
Coming out is Mark.
Denzel Aberdeen looking for his 12th point. He and Oweh, the only 2 in double figures so far for Kentucky. It's good. 82% shooter at the line. Takes care of business. 50-47 Cats. Coming down to 14 minutes to play in the game. Bounce pass to Vocatitis, right of the circle. Holding the ball, hands it off to Mark. Mark dribbles left, double team. They get it to Vocatitis, drops it off for a dunk to Weaver. Off the roll, Vocatitis caught the pass and just stopped and dropped it off to a wide open Weaver, cutting in for the dunk. 50-49 Kentucky. Oweh top of the circle. Gets to his right. Is in the lane with an 8-foot leaner. Comes off no good. Follows up his own miss. It's good.
Well, you know best where it's going to come off when it leaves your hands. Good job chasing that one.
52-49. Kentucky by 3. 16 for Otega Oweh. He's averaged 19 a game in SEC play. Pope's got it out front. Double team. Feeds Vocotitis. Got away with a walk. Pass to the corner. Wilcher's three's no good. Backside rebound claimed by Dioubate. He outfought Vocotitis for it. Garrison behind the defense makes the catch on the left baseline. Throws it out to Dioubate. He goes down the lane. Layup good. He gets fouled by Vocotitis too. Now, Diabate's left-handed, and that's what Vocotitis played, and he switched it to his right hand and got the bucket and the foul.
And you know what he did also, Tom? You're absolutely right. But he jumped into Vocotitis to make sure there's contact. Didn't try to shy away from the 7-footer. That's when you get your shot blocked.
Garrison running the floor. They threw it ahead to him, and he wisely didn't try to force anything.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Threw it back out to Mo, and he was able to attack with some space. A lefty from Queens rattles it in. 6 points for Dioubate.
Right, keep the defense on right here.
Cats equal their biggest lead of the night at 55-49, and they're on their feet at Rupp Arena.
And
Heidi out deep on the right side.
I thought Kentucky went to the zone, but they did not.
Swain floats over to the left side. Name goes back to his right. Dioubate switches off on him. 9 to shoot it. Swain working his way down the right side. Double team now. Loses the ball. Gathers it up in the right corner. Feeds it Weaver. 10-footer. Bounces in.
Well, Weaver's really been a guy who's hurt Kentucky.
He's got 10 points. 4 above his average. 55-51 Cats. 12:30 to play. Garrison left of the circle, gives it off to Oweh, drives it to the left baseline, cut off, throws it back out to Garrison. Garrison comes over to his right, hands it to Aberdeen. Aberdeen curls into the paint, goes up with a 10-footer, short, rebounded by Weaver. Short arm down with Weaver, racing up the right side of the floor, puts it behind his back, gets into the lane, right to the rim for an easy layup.
He's the one that Kentucky has not had an answer for.
Senior, transferred in from UT Arlington. Now with 12 points, 55-53. The 6-point lead's been cut to 2. Here's Aberdeen now deep on the left side. Goes back into the middle, now goes back to his left. Drops it off to Garrison in the paint. Garrison dribbles out of trouble. Waiting for somebody to come and take the ball. It's Oweh, 5 to shoot. Oweh puts it between his legs. Driving right, now back left, goes up with an 18-footer. Gets knocked down, shot clock. Buzzer goes off. Texas has it coming the other way. And Swain on the left baseline almost lost the ball. Saves it way out front to Heidi. I think Oweh was trying to sell the foul call, and the official didn't buy it. He had to hurry up a rushed 3-point attempt.
And I thought it was a shot clock violation, but they had it going the other way.
10 seconds to shoot it. Swain across the circle, moving right. Can't get into the lane because of Dioubate. Comes back to his left hand. Garrison has him on a switch. Swain's going to pull up, shoot a straightaway 3. That's good, just ahead of the buzzer. And that's his second 3-pointer of the night. He's got 18 points. 11 threes on the year. 2 tonight. And Texas back in front. 56-55. And Kentucky will take a timeout. Twice in this half, the Wildcats have built the lead to 6, and each time Texas has come storming back. And the Longhorns have the lead with 10:53 to play. Texas 56, Kentucky 55 on the UK Sports Network. 10:53 to play, and Kentucky, after leading twice by 6 in this half, is now down 1, 56-55. Subscribe to the Behind Kentucky Basketball podcast presented by UK Federal Credit Union. It's available for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, the official UK Athletics app. Opponents are shooting 48% from the field against Kentucky in SEC play. They'd obviously like that number to be lower. Right now, Texas is just a little better at 49%, only 2 of 12 on threes. But Kentucky shooting 41%, and they're 3 of 14 at the three-point line. Cam Williams taken up a little bit in the early stages of this second half, and he has not been able to return to the lineup yet. No word on his status from UK. They just heard the crowd maybe in the background cheering as they showed Wandale Robinson up on the big screen back here at UK, where he was a star on that Citrus Bowl winning team back in the 2021 season, and he this season athlete to ever go over 1,000 yards receiving, and has had off to a great start with the New York Giants.
Yeah, very talented young man and a really good guy.
That winning drive to beat Iowa in the Citrus Bowl, just about every big play on the drive was Levis to Robinson, and big catch and run by Wandale set up what would later be the winning touchdown run by Chris Rodriguez. Oweh will play it in on the left side. Jelavic has checked into the Kentucky lineup. So is Jasper Johnson and Malachi Moreno. Chandler stays out there. So 3 new faces in the lineup. Kentucky looking for somebody to give a little boost.
Yeah, Jasper, it's be a good time for him for sure.
Johnson goes left off the screen, but he can't get into the lane. They give it to Jelavic. He goes down the right side of the lane. Cut off by Swain. Goes up with a fall-away jumper. Banked it in. Tough shot.
Very tough. A lot of body contact on that one.
He was guarded by a smaller player, and he took advantage of it to go down and score. 11th lead change of the game. 57-56 Kentucky. Tremont Mark out deep on the left side, hooks it over his right shoulder to Traore, gives it to Wilcher. Wilcher comes to the top. Three's blocked by Moreno. He turns, bounces it ahead to Oweh, going for the basket, and he's fouled by Wilcher. That might be intentional.
Yeah, that might be. They're going to go look at it, but he definitely just reached out and grabbed Oweh and jerked him down.
Oweh had what looked to be a run-out dunk.
Great job by Malachi.
Oh, yeah, blocked a three-point shot, grabbed the ball. And then Oweh's going for the basket with his right hand, and Wilcher just grabs, see that a lot in the NBA, just grabs that left arm and pulls it down.
Yep.
His second foul. Team 6th.
So we'll see what they say here. Normally that would be a flagrant. So we'll see if Oweh and Moreno for the defensive play is awarded for that play.
Taking a look at it over on the far side with 10:18 left to play here in the David Rupp Arena with Kentucky in front, 57-56. If it's a flagrant one, it would be 2 free throws and the ball. So it would be a big opportunity for Kentucky. They're getting 2 free throws for sure.
That'd be nice to...
Flagrant 2 would be excessive contact. I don't think there was that there, but it would be the flagrant 1.
No, definitely not a flagrant.
Waiting for the announcement. Yep, there it is. It's a flagrant 1.
So not a flagrant 2, of course.
Baseline for Kentucky.
So Oweh will get his 2 free throws, and then the Cats will get the ball. So they're up 1. It's a big opportunity for a 4 or 5 point trip here with a 1 point lead.
Be really, really nice if you can figure out a way to get 5 points out of this possession.
And the word from UK on Cam Williams, out with an injured foot.
Yeah, that's not good. Because he is one of the guys that you have to defend at the 3-point line. And I think that's one reason why Mark came back with Jelavic, because you have to defend him out there, and it opens up the paint just a little bit.
Cam was having a nice game, too. 9 points.
Let's just hope it's nothing really, really serious.
Amen to that. Ortega Oweh about to step to the free throw line for the first time tonight. That's 16 points. Oweh with a chance to become just the 9th player at UK to get into the 1,000-point club in only 2 seasons. Played 2 at Oklahoma. Gotta love our man Doug Shouse. He turned to us and signaled to make sure that we saw there was flagrant 1.
Yeah, he has come over 2 or 3 times to chat with us, say hi.
Tennessee a few years ago, there was a confusing situation, and he came over to try to explain it to us, and I just said, here, put these on. And I gave him Mike's headset.
Oh, did you really?
He just explained it.
Oh, that's nice.
Ortega Oweh to the free throw line. Normally gets there a lot, and it's a big part of his game. He's from the start tonight, looked like he was really on his toes.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Well,
assertive.
when guys around him are making shots, it gives him a whole lot more opportunities to go one-on-one.
2 shots. He's at the line all by himself. Perfect. Did that ever bother you being there by yourself on a technical foul?
It really is different, Tom. It really is. My senior year, of course, I didn't get to shoot any technical fouls thanks to Cal Macy.
That's good. He hogged them all.
And his 90% free throw shooting tied it up, But I never got to shoot them. I did some other years. I was designated.
Probably shot them all at Bryan Station.
Oh, well, I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, really?
I did shoot some.
Lob Moreno, and it's
boy.
deflected and a foul, Traore, and it was Jasper Johnson with the lob as Moreno cut down the lane. We've talked about the connection those 2 freshmen have.
Man, and I hope it lasts for at least 2 more years. Man, they would be so good together.
2
if they
shots,
stay
Moreno.
there.
Foul on Traore, his 3rd, team 7th. So Kentucky's in the bonus from this point on with 10:17 to play. Moreno's 2 shots. 2 out of 3 tonight. It's good.
I like the way he took his time stepping up there.
Titus coming back in. Traore will go out.
When he gets relaxed, he's really, really good at the free throw line and rested.
Moreno sets, shoots, good. 61-56.
It's got to get some stops here.
5-point lead for the Cats. Texas with the ball. Swain cuts down the lane, lost the ball, juggled around on the baseline, knocked out of bounds. Oweh touched it last.
Good help defense from the weak side by Oweh.
Titus doing a good job of finding guys cutting to the basket when he's out at that high post.
They're winning that high screen and roll, and Kentucky has taken away that guard. So they're just throwing it to him and saying, you find somebody.
Comes into Swain, bounces it out front to Mark. Mark working against Moreno. Bounce pass down, and Titus turns and puts it in with the left hand. He got caught in a mismatch with Chandler.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened on the out-of-bounds play.
61-58. Kentucky with the ball and a 3-point lead. Chandler's got it. Works his way into the lane. Angles right down the lane. Banks it up and in. And again, it was Moreno screening off a Texas defender to give Chandler a wide open path to the basket. And a timeout for Texas with 9:35 to play. Chandler with 6 points has put Kentucky back in front by 5. 63-58 with 9:35 to play in the game. Moreno has 4 assists tonight, 5 assists he's been credited for. Should get a couple more when he screens that way. It's happened at least twice tonight where he screens off his man, and then it's just like a layup drill for the Kentucky player. And that time it was Chandler, and that's Pope talked about this in the pregame, how high the basketball IQ is for Moreno, and living over in Scott County, and you saw him at Great Crossing a lot.
And yeah, you know what Texas's pick and roll defense reminds me of? It reminds me of us earlier in the year.
Oh.
Because every team we played ran the screen and roll, and that guard got downhill, and he was laying up baskets. And now Kentucky has changed that, and they're making sure that guard doesn't turn the corner and get to the paint. So it makes it a whole different scenario. That's why Texas is giving it up quickly to Titus and letting him make the pass. So teams don't normally guard our screen and roll that way.
Pope's back in the game. He's got it up.
3-2 zone for Kentucky.
Over to Pope. Texas, if this throws him a curve. Pope out deep on the right side. Back to Mark. Just probing the outside of that zone. Now Pope drives it down to the right corner. Backs out. Gives it to Weaver. Hooks it out to Mark. Moves it left side to Swain. Swain drives. Spins away from Jelavic. Reverse layup. Good. Tough shot.
Nice move.
Came in on the left side. Moreno challenged it, so he just slid under and put it in on the right side with a reverse. 63-60 Kentucky. Moreno at the top of the circle. Dribbles to his right. Jelavic calling for the ball down low. They hit Chandler on the backdoor cut on the right side instead. He's got it on the right block, but not going to try and shoot over Titus. So he backs out, shoots a long 3. Good!
Oh, man. He wasn't going to shoot it over Titus, man, but
He said, come out here, big fella. I got something for you.
Come on. You can't have me out here.
66-60 Kentucky.
Great shot. Goodson stops.
Chandler's first three of the night. Mark works his way into the lane. Cut off. Double team. Leans in. Angles. Blocked by Moreno. Mark's got it back. 10 seconds to shoot. Pass out front to Pope. The swing it right side to Swain. Jab step. Drives it on Jelavic. Ball stripped away by Johnson. Picked up by Moreno. Fed ahead to Johnson. Lob for Chandler, and he's fouled. Going for the bucket by Weaver.
But the defense is creating opportunities on the offensive end of the floor. Great job.
And Chandler is going to get to go to the line. What about Moreno? He's owning the paint on the defensive end.
Well, he's keeping his arms straight up in the air, Tom, blocking those shots. I mean, they're bringing them into him, so nothing the officials can do but say, good block, young man.
Chandler at the line for 2 shots. 2 for 2 tonight. It's good. He's a 76% shooter, and he's into double figures with 10 points. And Kentucky has its largest lead at 67-60. Heidi back into the game, and Mark goes out. Moreno has 5 blocks tonight. Kentucky as a team has 7.
Keep those arms straight up in the air.
Chandler with 1 more shot. Dead center. Biggest lead of the night for Kentucky, 68-60. Kentucky picking up in backcourt. Pope moves his way through the defense. And he has it in front court now. Hands it off to Weaver. Up to Titus. Dribbles left, wanted to hand it to Pope. Chandler wouldn't let that happen. Now they get it out deep to Pope on the left side. Over to Heidi, 10 to shoot. Heidi, bounce feed into Titus, working against Moreno. Couple of pivots, leans into him, goes up, missed the shot, tap, no good, rebound Jelavic. That was Moreno's defense that forced the miss.
Stayed down, didn't buy the pump fake. I'm going to put this stopwatch on and count 3 seconds on some of these plays.
Moreno drops it off to Chandler on the right baseline, comes back into the lane, left-hand leaner won't go, foul on Texas.
Well, that's screen and roll. And I love that Moreno is being bigger than he is, bigger than his 7'1" frame. He's really clearing out and taking up a lot of space in there.
Foul on Titus, his second, team's 9th. Timeout on the floor with 7:33 to play. Cats at the line when we come back. Kentucky leading 68-60 over Texas on the UK Sports Network. 68-60, Kentucky in front with 7:33 to play. Cats doing a better job on the boards in this half. They're +4. It was tied at halftime, so they have answered the call from their coach. Rebounded better in this second half. Kentucky shooting 50%, so they keep the trend going, playing better offense in the second half than the first. And Texas is 47% of this half and 47% for the game. Our Keys Scholarship key play of the game. We give it to Jelavic. Kentucky was down 56-50 after having a 6-point lead. Jelavic was inserted into the game, and out of the timeout, he recognized he had a mismatch, so he backed a smaller player down, turned, shot over him with a bank shot, and that put Kentucky back in front, and they have pushed that lead from 1 out to 8, and they're going to the line to try to add to it. Since 1999, $578 million in scholarships and grants funded by lottery proceeds have been used at UK. The Kentucky Lottery truly is fueling imagination and funding education. And just can't say enough for the job Malachi Moreno is doing tonight. He only has 8 points, but and only 4 rebounds. So you don't think it's that impactful? Well, he has 5 assists, done a great job screening, and he has blocked 5 shots.
And he has hit a lot of people in there wearing that orange jersey. And he has become very much more physical again here in the second half. Little adjustment. But, yeah, he is playing some really, really good basketball right now.
And he is, of course, Titus into a 4 for 13 night thus far. They've taken Titus out of the game.
And I mean, he came in for a little while.
Chandler's first one's on the way. Perfect.
And I think the reason why Titus is out of there right now is because of Kentucky's quickness, maybe. I'm not sure, but Moreno is really, really moving well.
And Chandler did solid perfect on both. 13 Now backs out with a right-hand dribble. Crossover. Goes down the lane. Jump stop. Leans in.
No.
Puts it in. Got fouled.
Oweh just kind of slapped at it. That's not going to happen if you're going to foul him there. Just put your arms around him and wrap him up. Don't let him get his arms up above his head.
Swain with 23 points. 7 above his average. Heidi goes out. Mark comes back in.
He replaces Heidi.
Mark's been on a tear of late, averaging 18 a game in SEC play. It's actually his last 8 games. Free throw good to complete the three-point play for Swain. Here comes Aberdeen back into the game for Kentucky. And Jasper Johnson.
Jasper gave him good minutes.
He did.
Good minutes. Solid play. You cannot afford to turn it over as that backup point guard, and you got to make sure you get people where they need to be on the floor, and he did that.
Coming down to 7 minutes to play. Kentucky up 70-63. Oweh at the left elbow. Works down the lane. Goes down to the baseline. He can't get a shot. Fires it out to Jelavic. Back to Oweh. 12 to shoot it. Oweh holding the ball down at his waist. Fires it out front to Moreno. Hands it to Chandler. Chandler slides right. 6 to shoot. Chandler works his way down the lane. Throws it out to Aberdeen. He'll go baseline. Pump fake. Gets knocked down and drew the foul on Traore.
Oh, my goodness. And I don't think he had any way of getting that shot off.
Traore kind of leaned into him, and it looked like Denzel was maybe going to try to lean back as far as he could to get a shot over the 6'10" Traore, but he got fouled instead. He's got 2 shots.
We made a lot of those plays in the first half where we got down deep in the shot clock and kind of bailed them out by committing the senseless foul.
10 fouls for Texas. Short, no good for Aberdeen.
Boy, he's looked so good at that free throw line.
Last 7.5 games, that's just his second miss from 24 attempts. See if he can knock down the second one. Get 1 point out of this possession. And it rolls in.
And he's upset with himself because he hit the rim on that one.
71-63. Boca Titans coming back in. That's what the fan reaction's for. 6:50 to play. Kentucky by 8. 71-63.
Got to get stops.
Mark hands it off to Weaver on the right side. Back to Swain. Oweh plays up close on him. Comes left side to Pope. Pope with just 6 points on the night. He's been quiet. Over to Swain. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Swain in the middle of the floor. Going to work off the bounce. Oweh guarding him. He goes down to the left block. And a foul on Oweh. What looks there? It's 4 on Ortega.
The foul is on Oweh. That's his 4th, and the team's 6th.
6 on Kentucky. So Texas will be in the bonus on the next foul. Non-shooting foul. They'll play it in on the left baseline.
Well, with Cam out, okay, so Cam not able to play, he would be the one to come in at that.
Pass way out front to Swain. Williams, if you weren't with us, injured his foot early in the second half. Swain goes to his left. Now spins back to his right hand with a leaner that's good. 26 for Swain. 71-65. Texas working its way back. 6:12 to play. Chandler wide open. Right corner. High arcing 3. Perfect.
Now, how did they lose him?
Like a shooting drill. 74-65. Kentucky. 16 for Chandler. 12 in this half. Under 6 to play. Pope drops it off to Boca Titans. Down the lane. Knocked away by Chandler. Picked up by Aberdeen. Feeds it ahead to Chandler. Drives. Dunks.
My defense, baby. Defense.
Colin Chandler with 5 straight. Timeout, Texas. They're on their feet. And Rupp Arena, Kentucky has moved out to its largest lead of the night. 76-65. With 5:41 to play. Chandler didn't feel well today. Missed shoot around.
It's going to be a full timeout.
Looks like he is picking up more energy here in the second half.
Yeah, good job.
More energetic.
Sometimes you play your best.
It's a full timeout, but I think we are caught up on breaks. Billy, if I'm wrong about that, Billy back at the studio, you can let me know. But we do need to break. All right, we'll take it. We'll be right back on the UK Sports Network. Look at Titus, right of the circle. Hands it to Pope. Can't get a look at 3. Comes back, gets down the lane to his left. Over the right side to Mark. Long 3. No good. Boca Titans rebounds it right of the lane. Out to Pope. Quick 3 in the air. It's no good. Jelavic high to claim the rebound. And they're going to call a foul.
Trent Noah,
on
maybe?
the far side.
Trent Noah?
Trent Noah for holding is what the call is.
is saying.
Yeah, how about
You're
the
going
guy- how
to
about
call
number
that
8
hold
who's
with
still-
all the holding they've been doing? I know that's what Mark is saying.
This was away from the ball, too. Noah was on the other side of the basket. Weavers, who was accused of holding, is at the line for the first time tonight. And he hits it. One more shot to try to cut the lead to single digits with 5:23 to play. Single Weaver. Good. He's had a nice game with 14 points.
Yes, he has.
76-67 Kentucky. And now, as they were coming up the floor, we got a whistle from down on the baseline.
Well, the shot clock didn't start. It's still at 30. They moved
got
it to 25.
Chandler, Noah, Dioubate, Moreno, and Aberdeen on the floor.
No turnovers, Tom. That's the one thing Kentucky can ill afford to do.
Make sure you get a shot
Get at
every
least
time.
a shot. And that gives you an opportunity for the offensive rebound.
Moreno dribbles to his left from the top of the circle, and they call Noah for a push-off. He was trying to get free over that left side, and Wilcher hit the deck, and Noah picks up the foul. And he extended his arms a little bit, but the thing was, it was right in front of the official. Heidi coming back into the game.
And I like what Mark's doing here. When I was coaching, I hated to take a player out after making a mistake because you already have the spotlight on you, and that puts it on you even more. Good decision.
9-point lead for Kentucky. Texas with the ball. Heidi, right of the circle, working against Noah. Looking to feed Vocatitis. Lobs it down low. Knocked away from behind and saved in by Dioubate to Aberdeen.
That's why you have him out there.
Dioubate read it. Came from the corner when they tried to throw it over Moreno to Vocatitis, who had Moreno sealed. What a play by Dioubate.
What about the arms around that time?
Dioubate, right of the circle. Floats the pass in the corner to Noah. Noah comes out front over to Moreno. Wide open three. He'll take it. Rimmed out. No good. Rebound Texas. Up to Swain. Racing into front court. Takes it down to the baseline. Working against Noah. Who cuts him off. Now Swain backing him down in. Pivots. Fall away 10-footer. Hits the side of the backboard. And Noah comes up with it. Good defense from Noah. Noah over to Dioubate. Driving left of the lane. Flips it up. Got fouled. He'll go to the line.
Yes. I love what Mark did, Tom, because you had every reason to think about taking Noah out of the game. I mean, he made
Committed a couple of fouls.
2 fouls very quickly, a key period. But so much of what Trent Noah brings is between his ears, okay? You take a guy out in that situation, and who knows what you now go back to the bench thinking about. But he got a big rebound, led the fast break.
Free throw, no good for Dioubate.
And Oweh will come back after the 4-minute timeout, I think.
Heidi goes out. Weaver comes back in for Texas. Diobate's got one more shot. Kentucky's 21 of 24 at the line tonight. So Texas leads the nation at free throw attempts, but Kentucky's got there 9 more times tonight and has made 8 more.
Good
21 points at the free throw line. For Kentucky, Dioubate needs this one. 67% shooter, 2 for 3 tonight. Hits it. Little body English as he leans forward.
Yeah, he gave a little bit of body English there.
77-67 Kentucky. 4:12 to play on the clock as Weaver comes into front court, just standing and dribbling out deep on the left side. Pope comes to get it. Jordan Pope throws it right side to Swain. Swain working against Dioubate. Swain having a big night. 26 points. Can't shake Dioubate, though. 10 seconds to shoot it. Swain drives it to the corner, spins. Trying to back down on Dioubate. Spins to the baseline, lost the ball, but Dioubate touched it. And with 5 seconds on the shot clock, there is a timeout on the floor. 3:51 to play in the game. 77-67. Kentucky leading Texas on the UK Sports Network. Tied 40 all at halftime. 3:51 to play. Kentucky leads Texas by 10. 77-67. If there's a hell ball, Texas has the arrow. Kentucky shooting 2 on a Texas foul. Texas shooting 1 and 1 through 1 more Kentucky foul. For the game, Kentucky 45%, Texas 46%.
I was just going to say, I really like what Kentucky's done on the glass in the second half. I mean, if you look back to the first half and you understand that Texas had 8 second chance opportunities and they had cashed those in for 11 points. They've only added 2 second chance points in the second half, and that has been huge. And then the other thing that we must point out is Kentucky has just 7 turnovers in this game. And Texas is a team that turns you over a lot, so Kentucky's done a good job in those areas.
12 assists tonight for the Wildcats. And think back to first couple of months of the season, how often we would talk about this team as no movement, player, ball movement. So much of the action happened out beyond the three-point line. And now, especially in these second halves, they are so good at just being patient, finding an opening, getting inside the lane, getting to the rim, kicking it out.
I'm more impressed with the body movement as much as the ball movement.
Weaver on the right baseline plays it in for Texas to Pope. Pope penetrates to the right elbow. Over to Swain for a 3. No good. Rebound claimed by Noah in traffic. He wrestles it away from 2 of those burnt orange jerseys.
That was huge, Mark. That was huge.
Aberdeen comes up into front court out there with Moreno, Chandler, and Dioubate. Here comes Oweh. At the next break, he'll come in. Noah left side gives it to Moreno. Moreno dribbles right to Chandler. Wide open. Right wing. Missed it. Rebound snatched by Weaver of Texas. 3:24 to play. Won't get a better look at a shot there for Chandler. Comes left side to Pope. Drives on Noah. Gets in deep, but Noah recovers, cuts him off. Gives it to Traore. Working his way down the lane. Fall away 10-footers. An air ball. Rebounded, put up and in by Swain. And Chandler committed the foul. He had a bad shot forced, and then they gave up the offensive rebound.
He totally got turned around the wrong direction. He was looking for the flight of the ball. It was already gone, so he never saw it come off.
77-69. Oweh back in. Noah goes out. After the first couple of mistakes, Trent gave him some really good minutes in relief of Oweh, who's back out there with 4 fouls and 3:11 to play. Free throws, Swain, good. 29 points for him. 77-70. Aberdeen double-teamed in backcourt, but he gets it across the line, gives it to Moreno. Moreno drives into the paint, throws it over to Chandler. Turns down the open 3, drives it down to the baseline, leans in, forces up a tough off-balance shot. He turned down a wide-open 3, maybe because he missed the last one, and he shoots a contested off-balance 2. 2:48 to play. Big opportunity for Texas. Here's Mark at the right elbow. Feeds it down low. Vokatitis puts it in. 13 for the big man from Texas. He's getting a little restless. Texas has cut the lead down to 5. 77-72. 2:30 to play. Dioubate over on the left wing. They've just given him a lot of space. He just holds the ball. They get it back out front to Aberdeen. 15 to shoot. To Moreno between the circles. He dribbles left, hands it to Oweh. 10 seconds to shoot it. Oweh going to work. Weaves his way through the defense. Goes left. Hooks it up. No good. Rebound and foul on Texas. Dioubate was in there fighting for the rebound. I don't know if they called the foul against him or against Oweh.
No, it's against Dioubate. He'll go to the line.
Foul's on Weaver. His 3rd.
Lowe has a way of bailing you out, man.
He's done a lot more than will show up in the box score tonight.
Absolutely.
That time just being active, he got in there, and it leads to a free throw opportunity. He's got 2 shots, 3 of 4 tonight, 67% on the season. 2:15 to play. These are big. And he puts it in.
That's good to see that first one go down. Always.
78-72. Dioubate looking for his 9th point. Good. Texas, Pope comes back in. Wilcher goes out. Leaves back to 7. 79-72. 2:15 to play. Texas averages 86 a game. Kentucky's held them down so far tonight. Swain walks it over to the left side, drops it off to Pope. Bounce pass to Vokatitis straight away. At the three-point line, he hands it over to Pope. He's it back across to Weaver. Down low to Quaintance, and he's fouled by Moreno, who got picked off and was trying to recover on Quaintance and fouls him.
But if you're gonna commit that foul,
Don't let him score.
don't let him score. And Moreno did a good job of getting the arm when he got caught up in the air.
4 on Moreno, 1:58 to play. Oweh also with 4. If there's a hell ball, Texas has the arrow. Both teams shooting 2 on a foul. Quaintance 3 of 4 tonight, but 69% on the season. And it bounces in.
Good touch on that one.
14 points. Kind of holds the ball in front of him and almost looks like he pushes it.
Just kind of pushes it and flicks the wrist at the end.
79-73 Kentucky. Quaintance with one more shot. Lithuania, sophomore, gets the ball.
And I would say Quaintance has come. Nope, he's going to stay out there. I thought they'd come with full court pressure and get a little smaller.
Pope goes out, so they're a little more size than Wilcher at 6'4" for defense. Oweh gets it into Chandler. They're going to double him. He spins and drives it up the right side. Good move. Comes into front court. Tried to stop in front of Wilcher and draw the foul. Didn't get it. They get it back to Aberdeen. A minute 50 to play. 79-74 Kentucky. There's Dioubate out near the timeline. He hands it off to Chandler. Back to Aberdeen. Deep on the left. Turns down the screen for Moreno. Gets into the circle. Keeps his dribble. Then it's knocked away. It's stolen by Mark. Mark drives it down the left side of the lane. Gets off balance, but goes up and scores. And it's down to a 3-point game with a minute 30 to play. 10 for Mark. Here's the turnover, Goose, you talked about.
Yeah, he can't afford to do that.
Aberdeen working his way up the floor. Gets fouled coming across the line by Mark. And he's pleading his case. He did everything but tackle him. 3 on Mark. So Aberdeen will go back to the line where he shoots 82%. 2 shots. Texas has 1 timeout left. Kentucky has 2. Turnover for the Cats there a moment ago. Just the 8th. It's 10-10 for each team. Points off turnovers.
Aberdeen in the line for 2.
Aberdeen puts that right foot a little ahead of the left foot. 2 dribbles. Perfect. 15 for Aberdeen.
When
Kentucky badly needs 1 stop. 1 stop on that other end.
Leads 4. 1 more shot for Denzel Aberdeen. Rims out. No good. Dioubate trying to go for it, but taps it out of bounds. 1:18 to play. 4-point lead for the Cats. 80-76. Comes into Pope. Texas down 4. Swain in the middle of the floor. Dioubate moving with him as he dribbles over to his left. Picks it up. Quaintance comes out to take it. Just holding the ball down at his waist. Now hands it off to Pope. Pope passes to Weaver on the left side to get it back to Pope. One hand pass over to Mark on the right side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mark to the high post. Jumper good. And it's a 2-point lead. 80-78. 12 from on Mark. 26 against Kentucky last year. 23 the year before when he was at Arkansas. 50 seconds to play. Kentucky by 2. 80-78. They have 2 timeouts that they needed. Aberdeen between the circles straight away. Goes to his right. Keeps his dribble down the lane. Puts it between his legs. Throws it out front to Dioubate. Almost stolen by Swain. 10 to shoot. Aberdeen out deep on the right. 7 seconds to shoot. Aberdeen walks it to the middle at 5. Aberdeen gets inside the lane. Pump fake. Angles right. Draws the foul on Quaintance. I baited him into the foul, Goose.
Yeah, just a good job with the pump fake to get the big guy up in the lane, up in the air. And you never want to see those 7-footers go up like that. But, boy, good job by Denzel.
They need 2 from him. He's got 4 out of 6 tonight. Hands on hips. He steps to the line. 26.7 on the clock. Kentucky with a 2-point lead over Texas. Dead center. 81-78. Got the mic on the rim, so we'll let you listen to that sweet sound of a perfect free throw shot and the net snapping. See if we get it. Yep.
They got a little rim, but the result's the same.
16 for Aberdeen. Brandon Garrison checks in. Moreno will go out. Kentucky.
That rebound is going to be really big. You do force a miss.
Pope sprints up into front court, takes it to the right sideline, hands it off to Weaver. Weaver comes to the middle, gives it to Pope, hurries up a three, in and out, no good. Rebound, Dioubate, inside of the 7-footer, gives it off to Aberdeen, and a foul in backcourt on Swain. How about Dioubate?
And he was going against the big guy.
But he put a body on him.
Put a body on him first. And once he does that, you're just not going to be able to get that ball out of his mitts.
Denzel Aberdeen going back to the line. 6 out of 8 tonight. 82% on the season. From Orlando, Florida. Transferred in from Florida. In and out, no good. Still a 4-point lead. He steps back off the line. Goes through his shooting motion and now toes the stripe for the second one. Make the lead 5. Yes. 17 for Aberdeen.
Got to find him.
Pope comes up into front court and bumped and fouled by Dioubate with 8.9 to go. And just not a good foul there. He threw a hip into it.
Nothing good about that at all.
Easy to call for the official.
At least make him miss the shot.
So with 8.9 to play, it's 83-78 Kentucky, but Pope's going to the line. The clock stopped. Pope's 2 out of 3 tonight.
And Mark Pope is instructing his guys, if you can't get it in,
good.
We got timeouts to use.
He's an 86% shooter, Jordan Pope. Cuts the lead to 4 at 83-79 with 8.9 on the clock. Held ball. Texas has the arrow. Moreno getting set to check back in. Second shot's good. And now Moreno will come in. So it's back to a one-possession game at 83-80 with 8.9 on the clock. Garrison will go out. And Kentucky or Texas, somebody's taking a timeout. It's Texas. So they're out of timeouts. 8.9 to play. Tonight's game is presented by DQ. When cravings come calling, DQ delivers. From iconic Blizzard treats, tasty chicken strip baskets to mouth-watering cheeseburgers. DQ. Happy. Tastes good. Last year, Texas rallied for an 82-78 win in Austin. Kentucky turned it over 15 times in that game for 21 Texas points. Only 8 turnovers and 10 points off those for Kentucky tonight.
But Tom, obviously getting the ball inbounds is going to be huge here. And again, Kentucky has timeouts, so you don't want to try anything risky.
No.
The one thing I like about the women's game that the men's game doesn't have is that you can call that timeout and advance it to half court. The women, the NBA, the WNBA, everybody has that rule except men's college. So, but you got to make sure you get the ball in. They're going to foul you. Get it to your foul shooters, and let's see what you can do.
Oweh will inbound the ball. Chandler and Aberdeen in backcourt. Oweh running the baseline, gets it into Aberdeen. He's double-teamed, in a little bit of trouble, and a foul. He was just holding the ball, waiting for the foul call, and Texas trying to tie him up. And the foul is called against Swain, and that's his fourth. So Aberdeen will go back to the line.
And that's a pretty smart play, Tom, because that guy holds the ball thinking you're going to foul him. So if you play good, solid defense, he has to pivot one way or the other. When he pivots back around to you, that's when you make a swipe at the ball and try to tie him up. So that was a pretty smart play. It didn't work, but it was a good call by Sean Miller.
5.4 seconds left. It might be 5 on Swain. Yep, it is.
Yeah,
he's fouled out. I only had him with 4. Young man played a whale of a game. 29 points to lead all scorers. Aberdeen at the line for Kentucky. He's made 7 out of 10 tonight. Shoots 82%. 2 shots. His team up 3. First one? Yes, sir. Garrison in, Moreno out. One more shot for Aberdeen. Where Texas is out of timeouts. They go down and score. Danny made them Rims out. Rebound Chandler. Ball game over. The Wildcats have won 4 in a row in the SEC. They improved to 4-2 in the conference, 13-6 overall with an 85-80 win over the Texas Longhorns here at Rupp Arena. We'll be right back on the UK Sports Network.